how's it going? I'm Vixie, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about my planner lineup for 2023. It's a hot topic at the moment and I have been talking to a lot of you over the last week or so, 2 weeks, probably even 3 weeks, about what planners we're going to be using, and a lot of you specifically wanted to know what I was going to go into 2023 with, and there are some changes. I'm saying goodbye to 2 of these. This could actually be a kind of lengthy video, but I will have timestamps linked in the description. But with that being said, I'm going to start with everything that I have been using this year, how it's worked for me, if it's worked for me, and whether or not I'm bringing it into 2023. So first up, I have my Kinball Weekly. This was my everyday messy forward planner. This is my B6 Stalogy, which I was originally using as my everyday messy functional planner and then fell out of using it because I fell in love with my personal wide rings. So this became dormant actually for a really long time. For a few months I just didn't use it at all because I couldn't figure out a way to use it. I thought I would give memory keeping a try, and as it turns out this is perfect for that. So for the last few months I have been using this as a memory keeper. This is my my pride and joy, my absolute love. This is my personal wide rings with a little bat for Halloween. I realize I'm way behind on the Halloween flip. I'm sorry, it's coming, but this has been my go-to every day, multiple times a day. I have it open on my desk, constant life planner. This is what I use every single day. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to try and keep the wobbling to a minimum. You should see my setup right now. It's ridiculous. But this is my personal wide rings that I was using for my shop. It was initially for my work, and then I stopped using it for work and decided just to use it for all my shop stuff. So now, with all of that said, all of my planners, the 2 that are not coming into 2023 with me are these 2. This is my Kinball Weekly and my personal wide rings for the shop. I'm going to talk about this in depth actually. So I got my Kinball Weekly to use as a forward planner first and foremost. It was messy, it's completely functional. There's no stickers in this at all. There's no deco at all. There's no washi, nothing. It's only pen and highlighter every now and again, but for the most part it's just pen. And I thought this was going to be an amazing tool for me to use as a forward planner so that anytime an event came up or an appointment, I could just flip to that day in my planner and then write it down. It works great for that, for the most part. However, if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you know that sometimes I can be very wordy and I write a lot of things. So at first I didn't really mind that the week, this is basically a dupe for the Hobonichi weeks. At first I really didn't mind how narrow it is because I thought, well, it's just a forward planner. I'm really not going to be writing in it. Like I'm not going to be writing a lot of stuff in it basically because it was just supposed to be a forward planner. Well, I was wrong. Of course I was wrong. This became, because it was my everyday go-to everything planner, it got to a point where I was like jotting down notes, I was jotting down thoughts, I was jotting down so much stuff in here that it actually became too small. And I don't actually know why that even surprises me because that is the exact reason I had to stop using Hobonichi weeks. I don't know why I thought that if I can't use a Hobonichi weeks, maybe I can use a Kinball Weekly. They're exactly the same size, they're exactly the same layout. Let me just show you something that is, oops, no, that's just not it. So here, this is a almost blank layout, but as you can see, it is basically identical to the Hobonichi weeks. There are some sizing differences, like it's not exactly the same size, like width, it's slightly off, but for the most part, it is an exact dupe. Oh, and the paper is different, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like it's the same size. I don't know why I thought this would work for me where the Hobonichi weeks did not work for me. I don't know why I thought that, but it got to a point where I needed to write way more stuff in here than there was space. And so all of this page here was like being taken, like I have notes, like I can't show you because it's all very private. But it like notes, all of this is just covered in my notes and my handwriting and my scribble. And I realized, and like, I was like having arrows pointing from notes, like over here, I was like an arrow pointing over here somewhere so that I would know, okay, it was on Tuesday that I thought this, or, you know, on Tuesday this happened, or on Thursday this happened, whatever the day was, I had arrows, like I have arrows going everywhere. I have sticky notes in here. I have like other notes that just sort of showed me that this wasn't working for me anymore and I couldn't keep using it the way I had originally intended. I needed more space. So I decided about 3 weeks ago now that I was not going to be bringing this into 2023. So this one's out. And hopefully next year I will not get into this mindset where I'm like, oh, I need to go to Hobonichi weeks. And I will refer back to this video where I'm just going to say, you know what, future Vixie, don't get a freaking Hobonichi weeks. Don't get anything week sized because it is too small for you. You write far too much and you can't handle this size. Okay, so the second planner that is not coming with me into 2023 is my personal wide rings. This is a Moterm personal wide cover, and I love these covers. These covers are amazing. There's like heaps of room. There is a pocket in the back, which is fantastic for, this is like where I store all of my blank inserts because I have nowhere else for them to go. The reason I am not using this for 2023 is because, so you can see all of the tabs, like this is for my shop, so you can see all of the tabs that I need for my shop. These are all things that I flip to fairly regularly, but I do not like this system. This system does not work for me. And I think this is more of an organizational issue than anything, but all of these tabs are not working for me. So like I will put stuff in these sections that, and then I can't remember where I've put them. Like I would think, okay, well, logically I would probably put something in like sale info, for example, and then I'll go to find whatever that particular thing is that I think that's where it is, and it's not there. I'm just like, why isn't it there? Like, why? This is where I would have put it. Why is it not there? And honestly, it just became so frustrating. And the more tabs I had, like the less easy it was for me to find anything. And I was always flipping between doing like monthly, something I can show you. So I have like a monthly calendar in here, but I was always flipping between doing like, and this is where I would put like all of my releases. So, I mean, I haven't used this for quite some time. So, all right, this is in August. These are for all of the sticker sheets that I released in August. So I like looking at this because at a glance I can see, okay, this, you know, I released this here and I released that here. Nothing for September. In October, I released a couple of things. And then that's it, because I fell off using it. It wasn't working for me. This was not working for me at all. This method didn't work. Then I have my GSD section, which is basically get shit done. And I'm going to show you. I had like another new release insert. This is from, well, I want to say it's Any Plans Printables. And I have stuff on the other side, so I can't show you that. But this is what I was using and it wasn't really working for me, so I stopped using it. And then in my weeklies, I went from using, this is from Phoenix Printables. This is a Hobonichi Weeks style. Hello, this didn't work for you. Why did you buy this? I don't know. I'm trying to force myself to use a layout, to use a size that's not working for me. It's like a sickness in my brain. So I bought this layout for some reason. I started using this side, really didn't use this side. So then I stopped using this insert. And then I went back to using this insert, which I believe is, oh, I'm probably going to get this wrong. I think this is Peanuts Planner Co. I think. I will double check that and make an annotation in the description because I'll have everything linked obviously. But yeah, this did not work for me either. So I stopped using this. And then I thought, well, okay, maybe it's because weekly isn't working for me. So I went into dailies, which this is from Phoenix Printables. I really, really, really like this layout actually. And I use this a lot. I was using this a lot in my personal planner. I really do like this layout. It does work a lot for me. It works beautifully for me because there's tons of space. I can write the date. I can write like important things up here. It's great. It works beautifully. But then I moved into using this, which I think is Peanuts Planner Co. It was a freebie, I think. I'm pretty sure, but I'll have it linked anyway. But again, it's like, so this one is like broken down into like morning, afternoon and evening, and then there's a section at the bottom for notes. I really don't know why I thought I would use this. I don't know why I thought it would work for me. It doesn't. So yeah, I stopped using that. And that's about it. Actually, that's it for that. No matter what I tried, no matter how I tried to get this to work for me, it just wasn't. And then, you guys, I found this app called Notion, which I'm sure you've probably already heard about because there's like a gazillion videos on YouTube about it already. I'm like 1,000 years late to the party because that's just standard for me. But I spent the most recent weekend past, I actually spent the entire weekend setting up Notion for my shop. And I'm in love. Like, it has replaced this 100%. I do not need this at all for anything anymore. So this can actually just go on. Well, I'm probably just going to get rid of everything that I have in here because pretty much all of it is now transposed into Notion. So I don't need to have all this information in here anymore. And I find with Notion, I can organize everything so much better, so much easier. And that is what is working for me for my shop. So that is why I am saying goodbye to my personal wide rings for my shop for 2023. Okay, now on to my babies. So this is my personal wide rings. Okay, I know how dramatic that sounded. This is my personal wide rings. This is something that I use every single day. I have it open on my desk constantly. I never take this anywhere because I just don't bring my planners out shopping with me. But everything in here, like I'm in this planner all the time. I love it so much. It is my all-time favorite. The only thing that I haven't been using this for actually, and this is what's going to change in 2023, is I have not been using this for my forward planner. So with my my Kimball Weekly, I would take everything that I had written down for the week in here, like messy planning, and transpose it and put it in here. And then I would use this one as my everyday planner and pretty much just ignore this until the next week. Like, I cannot adequately give you a reason for why I did not do my forward planning in this personal wide rings. I think because I didn't want it to chunk up. Like, you can see, like, I have fat planners. No matter what planner I have, it's like huge and fat and full of like pretty goodness, as well as all of my inserts. So I think the reason that I did not put in a full year's calendar in here, like a monthly calendar view, you know, I think the reason I did not put that in here is because I did not want my planner to chunk up any more than, you know, how it already is. But then I was like, well, that's, you know, hang on, just be off with that. He's got to come off anyway. But like, I've got like tons of deco in here, absolutely tons of deco, but I also have tons of inserts. So my monthly, like I have a monthly count. Isn't she beautiful? This is Wednesday Addams. She was drawn for me by Layla's Loft. Absolutely, well, she wasn't drawn for me, but I asked her to draw Wednesday, and so she did. And I bought the holographic overlaid die cut sticker, and I absolutely love it. Just put on a piece of black jelly vinyl, and I just love it. She's my favorite. This is my October calendar that I have in here, which I created myself, which is great. But I only wanted 3 months in here at a time, like per quarter, because I felt like that would just be easier for my brain to wrap itself around, you know? I didn't want to be overwhelmed with having a full 12-month calendar in here, but I realized that's my downfall, that's my problem. If I had a full 12-year calendar in here, a full 12-month calendar in here, it eliminates the need for this. Like, I wouldn't need this at all. And so I thought, well, I have a full 12-month calendar that I bought from Annie Plans Printables. Why not just use it? So, very long story short, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using this now for my everything planner, like my everything planner. It's going to have all of the calendar months in here. They won't be pretty like this, unfortunately, but that's okay because I will keep my pretty planner, my pretty calendars for my B6, which I'll get into in a minute. And it's really probably not going to add that much bulk, to be honest. Like this is... So this is the front section, the front page section. This is the back page section, like to like bookend it, you know what I mean? And then I'll have like all of my months in between. And I think this is actually going to work out so much better than I initially thought. In my head anyway, it's going to work pretty well. So I guess only time will tell. But once I have that calendar in here, once I have my full 12 months and I can forward plan and I can pre-plan everything that I need to in that calendar, I won't have a need for this. I won't have a need for anything else because it will all be in here, which is where it needs to be anyway. And this works in conjunction with my B6 Stalogy, which has become my memory keeper. So if you have been around my channel for a length of time, you know that for a very long time, like a solid year and a half, I was using this as my everyday messy planner. Like this is just what I would use every single day for my messy planning for everything. And then I stopped using it because I got so sick of having to set it up all the time. I just wanted to have, because the amazing thing with printable stuff is that you can get it all dated, which means it's less work for me. And I genuinely was just so freaking tired of having to set up my dailies like this is my planner from the beginning of this year, from beginning of 2022. And you can see how fat it got because I like to stick a crap load of crap. As you can see, like I put a lot of crap in my planner, and that's just because I like doing that. I just like how it looks. I like how it feels. I like that it looks so fat, but like setting this up every single month with the calendar and, you know, all of the deco that I have and all of my, you know, my overview for the month that I want to get done, other bits and pieces, my mood tracker, like my mood reference, you know, all of this stuff just became a giant pain in my butt. And I didn't want to do it all the time. Like, I'm so sorry for my camera wobbling. Oh my God. I just didn't want to keep doing it. It really just became too much. It really, really did. Like for those of you who don't know, I struggle with mental illness, and I go through cycles. I go through periods where I am extremely low, and doing anything like this, it's too much. It is way too much. I can't do it. And so when I had that, I went through that earlier this year actually. And so when I started going through that, I realized I didn't want to do this anymore. I didn't want to have to keep setting it up every single month just to be able to use it. So I stopped using it altogether, and I just focused on my personal wide and my Kimball weeks. So this was like very minimal for me, and I didn't have to use stickers. I didn't have to make it pretty or nothing like that. And this worked really, really well for me. I have since changed my inserts now into this one, which I bought from Planner Room Shop, Planner I'll have it linked in the description. I'm sorry. I think it might be Planner. Oh, it's on here. Planner Room. The Planner Room Shop on Etsy. My God. And I absolutely love this. This is just amazing. Like it has become my favorite insert, and I love it. I did modify it. Hers doesn't come exactly like this. I had to modify the PDF to make it, you know, suitable for me, but otherwise it's absolutely perfect, and I absolutely love it. But I love that I don't have to do anything. I don't have to draw this out. I don't have to put in stickers. I don't have to lay down washi. It's just here, and it's minimal, and it's great. It is absolutely great for messy planning, for everyday planning, for not really giving a crap about how it looks, because this is not meant for Instagram. This is my Instagram worthy planner, or memory keeper, I guess now, because now, and this is one that I did just recently, I have my weekly overview, which is really, really pretty, and I can use all of my stickers. And then I go into like every day. This is like a journaling layout, which I don't love, and I'm changing. And this is a page that I had to tip in because I didn't have enough space. So I do have to change this slightly. But having this as a memory keeper now, as opposed to having it every day for my messy planner and like my everyday planner, has worked. Like this is it for me right now. Like this is it for me. Having this as my messy planner, my forward planner, my everything planner, and then at the end of every month, just sitting down and putting it all into my memory keeper. This is bliss for me, guys. Like, it's absolute bliss because I get to sticker it. I get to make it pretty, and I get to make it everything that I want it to be without the hassle and the stress of having to sit down every single month and set it up before I can use it. And that was the thing that was really, 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 really getting to me, guys. I did not want to have to sit down and set this thing up every single month before I wanted to use it. And I can't pre-set it up like in advance, like weeks in advance or months in advance, because freaking hell, I write so much stuff some days that I will go like pages and pages of just writing. And if I've got it all pre-set up and like all of the days allocated, then I can't do that because then I run out of space or I don't have enough space, and then I have to tip stuff in. I don't want to have to keep doing that. So that's why I can't set this up like weeks or months in advance. But doing it this way, having these with the inserts that have already been pre-printed, I can get dated ones if I want to, has been such a help. Like it's amazing, to be quite honest with you. It's absolutely amazing. This works for me so well. So this is what I will be bringing into 23 as my main planner. And then this one will be my memory keeper. And setting this thing up every month is like, it's so easy. So all I do, get to the beginning of this week. So all I do is I have a running list of things that I want to get done for the week. I got this idea from Robin from Talks from the Heart, because this is something she was, I'm not sure if she's still doing it, but she was doing something like this, and I thought it was absolutely freaking genius. So I did the same thing. This is from SM Plans. It's a freebie from her Facebook group, and all I do is just write down everything that I want to accomplish for the week, and I'll just cross it off when I've done. And then I just go straight into my weeklies, which the most I have to do is write down the date, write down the word chores, write down journal, and then highlight them, and I'm done. That's it. That is my weekly setup, and it's freaking genius, you guys. Like, I love it so much. It takes off so much pressure and so much stress, and then I can just do this whenever I have the time or whenever I feel like sitting down and being creative, you know, and I'm not wasting all my stickers because I can still use them. So that's it for this video. Oh, I lost my bat. Oh, I lost my bat. That's okay. He should probably come off anyway because it's November. I'm going to put you right there for that for now. There we go. But that is it for my planner lineup for 2023. I would love to know what you guys are bringing into 2023. Have you had any epiphanies or revelations, or have you decided that, you know, you're changing up your entire planning style? Like, what are you doing? I want to know. But thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. You can leave me a comment or an emoji in the comments down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, everybody.